findings, conclusions, and recommendations of the panel were not supposed to be made public. The panel sat for over 1 year listening to testimonies of petitioners, witnesses, experts, and also lawyers. The panel treated 235 petitions and awarded 410 million naira as a compensation to 70 victims. And now moving forward in another development, UNICEF Northeast built 4,752 toilets and rehabilitate 2,976 others. The United Nations Children's Fund, in collaboration with the state governments in the troubled Northeast, has constructed 4,752 toilets on internally displaced persons camp and communities. The United Nations agency has also rehabilitated 2,976 toilets in the region to check open defecation and improve the hygiene of the area. And speaking at the media orientation program to commemorate the 2021 World Toilet Day in Maiduguri, the chief of Maiduguri Field Office of the UNICEF, Dr. Clement Adams, said from 2018 to date, UNICEF had supported states governments under its humanitarian intervention in the Northeast with the construction of 4,752 toilets and rehabilitation of 2,976 others for internally displaced persons and communities. And he says about 200 sites have been supported with hand pump boreholes, while 126,690 non-food items have been distributed to displaced and vulnerable families. Also, he says UNICEF has built capacities of states development and departments of the local government areas to deliver safe and sustainable wash service to communities and the IDPs. And also, UNICEF has also supported at Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states to undertake rapid response to cholera outbreak. And he added that national and state budgets must reflect the importance of toilets and water sources to the health of children and the workforce. And now the news coming from around Africa, Guinea's transitional president promises smooth transition of power. The transitional president of Guinea, Mamadi Doumbouya, has reiterated his vision of a successful transition to his various ministers. He says this during the first meeting of ministers under the CNRD, which took place on Thursday, November 18th. And at the meeting, he newly appointed transitional Prime Minister Mohamed Biavogi says the transition will be done in a limited time, as this is to prepare the foundation for a better Guinea of tomorrow. And for the Prime Minister, the improvement of the functioning of the administration, the construction of an efficient judiciary, and the reform of the economy are the urgent projects that await them. And in addition, he says he is aware that the government is not a government of development, but of transformation. And Mamadi Doumbouya became Guinea's transitional president in October this year after leading a coup on September 5th, which saw the outthrone of 83-year-old President Condé. And Condé was the first democratically elected president in 2010 and was re-elected in 2015. He pushed through a controversial new constitution that allowed him to run for a third term in October 2020, which caused chaos in the country. And still from around Africa, internet connection restored in Sudan. In the wake of the deadliest day of anti-coup mobilization since the October 25th coup, the new military government has taken a step towards reconciliation. And for more than 3 weeks, the repression has been escalating, and generals had reaffirmed that the authorities be cutting off the Sudanese telephone. But after the bloody day of mobilization, during which 15 demonstrators lost their lives through gunshots by the military, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan chose to calm the tensions. Telephone communications were restored and the internet was reconnected. And activists were quick to use their social network to call on Sudanese to post videos and other information that could testify to the violence of the previous day's demonstrations. And according to a pro-democracy doctors union, at least 11 protesters died in North Khartoum, a suburb of the capital, after nearly 65 years of military rule in Sudan. And activists are calling for a civilian government. And asserting that they had never opened fire, the police reported only 1 death and 30 injuries amongst the demonstrators in Khartoum North due to tear gas, and compared to the 89 injured police officers. And on October 25th, General Burhan reshuffled the deck in a transition that has been shaky for months, and he swept almost all civilians out of power and put an end to the sacred union formed in 2019 by civilians and the military. We're going on a very short break right now. When we come back, we get more news updates from India. Stay with us.
What business are you planning to showcase to the world? That which will satisfy the need of humanity? Of course, with Celebration TV, it will get the desired reciprocation you long for. We are committed to giving your business and services that quality touch of class, and you will be happy you made the right choice by placing that investment of yours on the right platform. Without delay, you can call on this number for your advert placement, partnership, or sponsorship of our programs. Celebration Television, your best bet.
Welcome back. Now, news updates from India. India Prime Minister Narendra Modi repeals controversial farm laws. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced the repeal of 3 controversial farm laws after a year of protests. Thousands of farmers had camped at Delhi's border since last November, and dozens died from heat, cold, and COVID. And farmers says the law will allow the entry of private players in farming, and that will hurt their income. The surprise announcement marks a major U-turn, as the government had not taken any initiative to talk to farmers in recent months. And Mr. Modi's ministers has been steadfastly insisting that the laws were good for farmers and there was no question of taking them back. Farm unions are seeing this as a huge victory, but experts say the upcoming state elections in Punjab and Uttar Pradesh both have a huge base of farmers and may have forced the decision. In an address, Mr. Modi says the farm laws were meant to strengthen the small farmers, but despite several attempts to explain the benefits to farmers, they have failed. And on the other occasion of Guru Paraj, the government has decided to repeal the 3 farm laws. And now more updates from Poland. The Poland border crisis camp empty as migrants move to warehouse. The situation at the camp had been tense as people attempted to reach the European Union. It is hoped that the change of tack by the Belarus could help calm down the situation. And earlier this week, the crisis reached boiling point with Polish forces using tear gas and a water cannon to repel migrants trying to cross into the country. And several Polish forces were injured after migrants attempted to breach the crossing and threw missiles. And for months, men, women, and children have been amassing at Belarus' western borders. Many of those arrived by plane, but airlines have been cutting down on the number of flights from the Middle East to Minsk. And Poland has the EU's backing in not letting the migrants into the bloc. Belarus had called for the EU members to take in 2,000 of the migrants, but was rejected by the German and the European Commission. And the EU-Belarus relations has been severely stained since Mr. Lukashenko declared victory in a discredited presidential election last year and tried to silence dissenting voices. And now moving forward to business news, Coca-Cola empowers 1,000 Lagos women. Coca-Cola Nigeria Limited has announced the completion of its Women Empowerment Program tagged Catalyst for Change 2.0 with the graduation of 1,000 women in Alausa, Ikeja. And the company says the closing ceremony marked the conclusion of a 4-week intensive skill acquisition training in October. According to a statement, throughout the 4 weeks program, 1,000 women enrolled in vocational skills such as baking, textile design, and production of household cleaning items. It says the women were also enrolled in business classes to ensure their financial literacy, adding that 200 out of the 1,000 women who had proved exceptional were each provided with startup kits and helped kickstart their businesses. The founder, executive director, Caris and Eleo's Hand of Hope Foundation, Bukola Bamiduro, says the program was created to drive change in the lives of women through relevant skill-based training and financial literacy sessions. And they are hopeful that through this program, beneficiaries will leverage the skills obtained to maintain a steady flow of income as women and economic pillars of the society. And the communications manager of Coca-Cola Nigeria, Ifeyiwa Ejindu, says at Coca-Cola they believe women are integral to the world's shared success. So they seek to empower them both in the workplace and the communities within which they operate. And still on business news, fuel marketers predict 170 naira per liter and claim supply will drop, but the NNPC disagrees. The pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, may rise from the current 162 naira to 165 naira per liter to 170 naira per liter, while its depot price is projected to increase from 159 naira per liter to 165 naira per liter, says oil marketers. And dealers under the aegis of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria and the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria warned that the rising cost of petrol at depots will definitely warrant commensurate increase in pump price if not checked. And they also complained of the premium motor spirit supply problems, stressing that many tank farms or depots had no petrol, which was while the few ones that had the commodity had to increase its price from the approved 148 naira per liter to 159 naira per liter. But the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited maintained its stance that it had enough petrol to last the country all through the festive season and beyond. IPMAN and Petron members own a bulk of the filling stations across the country and make purchases from depots before selling to final consumers at their various retail outlets. And the president of Petron, JOLIZ Harry, confirmed the position of IPMAN, noting that retailers of petrol at filling stations will adjust their prices upwards beyond the 165 naira per liter if depots continue to sell at unapproved rates. We're going on another break right now. When we come back, we get news from the world of sports. Don't go anywhere.
What business are you planning to showcase to the world? That which will satisfy the need of humanity? Of course, with Celebration TV, it will get the desired reciprocation you long for. We are committed to giving your business and services that quality touch of class, and you will be happy you made the right choice by placing that investment of yours on the right platform. Without delay, you can call on this number for your advert placement, partnership, or sponsorship of our programs. Celebration Television, your best bet.
Welcome back now to the world of sports. I will rebuild football in Cameroon if I become FA president, says Samuel Eto'o. Former Cameroon star Samuel Eto'o officially files his candidacy for the presidency of the country's football federation, promising he would be the next president despite the cheating. Eto'o, a four-time African Footballer of the Year, was accompanied by a crowd of supporters as he submitted his bid at the Cameroonian Federation's headquarters in Yaoundé. The 40-year-old ex-Barcelona and Inter Milan striker says the current leadership had offered him a position as the vice president, a proposition he rejected. And also, he added that it's a time to rebuild their football when he announced his intention to run for president in September. New elections are scheduled for December, a month before Cameroon hosts the African Cup of Nations, a tournament delayed by a year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And now moving forward, still on sports news, NFF under pressure to sack Roar. Pressure continues to mount on the Nigerian Football Federation to sack Super Eagles head coach Gernot Rohr. Rohr's tactics in recent times have angered fans, stakeholders, and ex-internationals who have clamored for the dismissal of the Franco-German as Eagles coach. And against Cape Verde in the Qatar 2022 World Cup Group C final qualifier fixture at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos, the Eagles put up an underwhelming performance as the team survived a nervy finish to the encounter, with the visitors embarking on a late onslaught. But it was late as the Eagles qualified for the playoffs as group winners. Immediately after the game, fans were left unconvinced by the performance of the team and Rohr's conservative approach, and once again called for the sack of the Franco-German tactician. And that's the size of the news for us today on Celebration Television News Desk. If you're just joining us, here is a recap of the news making the rounds. ASU may withdraw strike threats as Benjamin Miller and others intervene and federal government promises payments. Guinea's transitional president promises a smooth transition of power. Poland border crisis, camp empty as migrants move to warehouse. Coca-Cola empowers 1,000 Lagos women. And Samuel Eto'o says he will rebuild football in Cameroon if he is made the Football Federation president. And today on our photo of the day, we can see that picture of someone sitting down with a lot of fingers pointing, and the person is actually in tears. Now, does everyone say you are not good enough? I think that's not true. Never live on others' opinions of yourself, and always have in mind that while they think you are not good enough, you are the best of your kind. You can also tell us your thoughts on the photo of the day for today, and do that on our different social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Celebration TV. On Instagram, we are My Celebration TV. On Twitter, it's at My Celebration TV. And on YouTube, it's Celebration TV. Now, never you forget that your positive contribution to the wellness of the society you find yourself or the organization you work defines your leadership might. And as an individual who knows what to do and do without expecting to be pushed, has backed his ways to success. And be it known today that everything we do, think, feel, and believe either have a positive or negative effect on humanity and our national well-being. So do well and do everything to be a part of nation building today. Thanks for watching the news on Celebration Television News Desk. I am Belis Quetta. Have a nice weekend.
To 15.7 trillion naira by the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross of
Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosun,